Given that x is equals to t squared, y is equals to t cubed minus 3t, evaluate dy dx in parametric differentiation means you need dy dt times dt dx. At the point 3, 0 means x is equals to 3, y is equals to 0. So first of all, we differentiate x with respect to t, power move to the front, power minus 1, and we inverse it to become 1 over 2t. So you can notice that what we need here in parametric differentiation is dt dx. So therefore, we inverse it. Then for y, we differentiate y with respect to t, power move to the front, power minus 1. So therefore, we can substitute to our dy dx, which is our dy dt times dt dx. So here we have our dy dx, and what we need here is we need to find the value when point. So given here, x is equals to 3, y is equals to 0. So the point given here is for us to find out what is your parametric t value. So we substitute x, it is 3 equals to t squared. So t will be positive negative square root of 3. When y equals to 0 means t cubed minus 3t equals to 0. T we factorize out, t squared minus, so we have t equals to 0, t squared equals to 3. So t, it will be positive negative square root of 3. Then we can observe the value of x only can get the parameter value t positive negative 3. So for the value of y coordinate, they can give you t0 and t. So to get the same here, the same common t here, in order to find out, it will be positive negative square root of t. So therefore, we use this parameter when t is the square root of 3 and negative square root of 3 to find out our dy dx. So here we have surd of 3. This one is negative surd 3. Just press your calculator and see. Then we continue. So this is our. So remind here, when you're solving your t value, make sure you pick the t that can generate your x and y together. If you pick t equals to 0, your coordinate x no longer is 3. So when your t equals to 0, the coordinate x is 0. So therefore, it not fulfill the point already. Then we go for the question B. Find the point where this dy dx is not defined. When you come to B, dy dx equals to 3t squared minus 3 over 2t. This function not defined when the denominator is equals to 0. Means this function is undefined when the denominator equals to 0. So our t will be equals to 0. So what they ask here is find out the point. So since we have this t equals to 0, we can substitute into our x and y equation to find out the coordinates. So x is equals to t squared. So t is 0, so 0 squared. Y is equals to t cubed minus 3t. So substitute your 0. So it is also 0. So when your parameter t is 0, your coordinate generated is 0, 0, which is the origin. Alright, so that is a point finding when your dy dx is not defined. Then continue, determine the interval of t such that the second derivative is negative. So from here, we need to find out our second derivative first. Question C, to find out second derivative, we need to differentiate the dy dx with respect to t. So we simplify first. I don't want to use quotient rule because this function can be simplified. So it can be divided separately. As long as you have one denominator, you can separate it out to t. So the dy dx simplified, it is 3 over 2t minus 3 over 2t power of negative 1. So when we differentiate this dy dx with respect to t, it is 3 over 2 power move to the front, positive power minus 1. And then we proceed to find out d2y dx squared, which is our d dt dy dx times dt dx. So dt dx is 1 over 2t. So we're doing this multiplication. When we times it, it will be 3 over 4t plus 3 over 4, this one t cubed. Alright, so we don't let our answer in two fractions. We get same to the denominator, 4t cubed. So this one will times t squared in order to get same to the denominator, 4t cubed. So 3t squared plus 3. And some more 3 we can factorize out. So after we get this d2y dx squared, we continue to look at the questions. Determine the interval of t, means you need to find out the t if this d2y dx squared it is less than 0. So here we come, we take our d2y dx squared to be less than 0 to find out what is your t value. So this one bring you back to topic 2, which is answering the inequalities. So to answering these inequalities, you can see we have t squared plus 1. We can use analytical method. So analytical method, you can notice here, you can analyze here, do analysis here. For any value of t, you put here t squared is always positive. So see, t squared is always positive. When it plus 1, it also more positive and times 3. So this factor is always positive. So we know that the numerator characteristic always positive no matter your t is negative or t is 0 or t is positive. So from there, we can deduce that, we can guess that what happened to the denominator, because for t cubed, the answer for t cubed can be sometimes positive, can be sometimes negative, depends for your value. So it is not certainly. So positive divide by any uncertain here to get negative. So less than 0 means you want negative result. So combine your numerator and denominator to be negative. Therefore from here, so denominator need always to be negative. So that positive divided by negative, conclusion for this fraction is negative. So when we get this conclusion for t cubed less than 0, we simplify. T cubed is less than 4. 0 divided by 4. 0. So t cube root of 0, we get less than 0. So the interval of the t is negative infinity until 0, not included for our d2y dx squared to become 0, to become negative, less than 0.